Hey everybody, Neil here from Post to Post. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you. Hope you're having a great day. Recently on the channel, we looked at IIHF logos, designs from the community by someone named JP, and it got me thinking about international teams and countries and flags and all that good stuff. And I thought, well, why not look back into the history of every single country that have participated in the Olympics? Canada, USA, Sweden, Finland, Russia, all the major countries when it comes to hockey. Why not go through their jersey history, look at what they've done since basically, I think the mid 60s I did? Yeah, I think it's like mid to late 60s is kind of where I started. Very difficult to find some images. So I did go back in all of Canada's history, and it was very difficult to find the images, but so bear with me on some of them. But I've got 25 Canadian jerseys in their history to go through. And well, let's jump in. Let's see what my ranking is going to be. And I'm going to start off with my least favorite to favorite, 25-1. Let's bring up my least favorite Canadian jersey. And I will say that I need you to forgive me for my sins. I have sinned. I am wearing a Finnish jersey in a Canadian video. I have a Canadian jersey somewhere, but it's packed away. I have no idea exactly where it is, but I've got a Canada hat on, so forgive me, my Canadian friends. Okay, so this is my least favorite jersey. It's the 2018. I think it's an okay jersey, honestly. It's just the fact that it looked like every other single Olympic jersey from that year because of Nike. They all had this like weird polygonal texture thing on the arm, basically every single country. And it just wasn't unique, and I just wasn't a fan of it. In 24th position, same year, it's just the red version. This is definitely better than the white version in my opinion, but I still don't love it. In 23rd position, I've got the black version. So of the three, I think the black version's the best, but I still honestly don't really love it that much. Moving to a different year now, it's 1994. This to me is definitely one of the worst Canadian jerseys that they've used. I hate this thing on the shoulder. It looks like the Reebok logo or something. Maybe it is, I have no idea. But I just don't like it at all. Now the goalie kit's pretty cool. You can see the Canadian flag on the pads, like that's awesome, but we're not talking about pads here, we're talking about jerseys. There's just not a lot to love about this one specifically. The numbers font is weird. Yeah, it's just a weird jersey, and it's very hard to find an actual image of this jersey as well, so I apologize for that. In 21st position, we've got the 2006 white. It's fine. It's just so boring. Like, it's just, there's nothing going on. There's a little bit of striping on the arm and a little bit in the interior, but that's kind of it. Really cool shoulder patch. I like the shoulder patch a lot. I love the primary logo, but other than that, pretty boring. Okay, in 20th position, we got to go all the way back to 1992. What is this? What are these, like, symbols on the shoulder coming down here? I have no idea. Now, I feel old. Old is a relative term. I was, six or seven when they wore these jerseys. So I obviously don't remember this at all. And I don't really love the logo either. So yes, it's got a little bit more color than the previous ones and stuff. And I think it's balanced a little bit better, but it's still very strange. Okay, in 19th position, I have ranked the 1988 one. This was very difficult to find. I actually think this might be a replicated jersey, not an actual jersey. I really had a hard time finding an image of this one, but I think the logo is pretty much the same as the previous one. It might be slightly different, but you don't get that weird stuff on the shoulder. It looks like you have a Canadian shoulder patch on there, and I think the striping is a little bit better. Next, in 18th, 1984. It's kind of the dark version of what we just saw. But I definitely like it better. I think the dark version is much better. The logo really stands out a little bit more on this one. In 17th, I put the 2022 black one. It's fine. I mean, it wasn't super unique, but at the same time, it's kind of funky. Like, it's pretty modern with the logo and stuff. It's definitely not the best Canadian jersey. Like, I can't imagine. I don't know anyone. Let me put it this way. I don't know anyone who thinks that these set of jerseys from this year are the best Canadian Olympic jerseys. Maybe there is someone out there. That's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that opinion. I just don't know anyone who feels that way. It's a fine jersey. Number 16, I put the 1980 version. This is such a difficult one to get an image of. So there's a Canada font on the jersey with a bunch of maple leaves down below. I think there could be a cool modern version of that if you did it the right way, but as is, it's a little bit busy maybe. In 15th position, I put the 2022 red version of this. So I think that the logo translates much better as black on red, and I think the striping looks a little bit better as well. And in 14th position, I put the white version. I think of the three, this is the best. It's just basically two-tone, and a very good two-tone where you've got white as the base and then the red kind of vibrant color as the complementary color. So that's pretty good. Number 13, we got to go all the way back to 1968. Very difficult to find a photo and one that's colored as well. So a very simple jersey here. We've got a stripe along the bottom, a stripe in the arm, and Canada and just a maple leaf on the front. That is very traditional to me, and I think that some Canadian Olympic teams, designs or designers, have used this as influence for some of their designs. So yeah, it's good. Number 12, I put the 2010 white version. Really iconic year for Team Canada for obvious reasons. If you're not aware, it was the Olympics that happened in Canada, and they did very, very well. So it has a lot of nostalgia with this jersey, and the logo is very cool as well. So yeah, I had to put this one in my top 15 for sure. Number 11, 2002 away, our white. I think this is like maybe one of the most iconic Team Canada jerseys, just because of the logo. Like that logo was so popular, not just for the Olympics, but in other kind of leagues or tournaments around the world as well. And it was used for a very long time. So I love that logo. Very simple striping. Don't love the neck, but that's okay. In 10th position, I put the 1972 crazy jersey. Now, this is very bold, but I think you could do something like this in the future, but maybe it would translate better in like whether it's Adidas or Reebok. I don't really care who makes the jerseys. I think it would just look a little bit better in a more modern, I guess, physically produced version, maybe, which is a good segue to the next one. Number 9 is the 1972. It's one with the white shoulders. It's basically the inverse. Red here, white up top. I think this one is better. In 8th position, we've got the 1976 version. So pretty big year for Canada, and a bit of a unique look here with this logo. Canada at a bit of an angle, half of a maple leaf. Not bad, not bad. Very simple. In 7th position, I put the 1998. I think this was Nagano, or was that 96? I know there was a year in the 90s where they did like an Olympic one. I think it was with a 2-year gap. They like changed it or something. I can't remember. But to me, this is a very iconic jersey. Like in 98, I was 12. I remember this vividly. And so to me, this jersey is very nostalgic. So it's going to be high up there on my list. 2002, a dark version. I think this is a very well-designed jersey. I don't love the Canada font down below, but I like the rendition of the maple leaf. You got the logo up top there too. Very simple striping. I think this was Salt Lake City. Number 5, we've got 2010, but the dark version, the red version. Really, really good, strong Canadian jersey here. Yeah, really, really good. Number 4, 2006 dark. Again, strong jersey. I think the striping is good. The logo is one of my, or probably it is my favorite Team Canada logo that's available. Number 3, 2014 black version. 2014 was probably my favorite Olympic year. It was filled with amazing hockey players from Canada, like one of the best teams they've ever iced, with some of the best jerseys that they've ever worn, in my opinion. Like this black one is so good. I wish I had been into collecting jerseys back then, because I would have gotten all of them, as you'll see with a bit of a trend here for number 2 and number 1 as we continue on. For a concept that I don't think conceptually works very well, which just is basically a stripe with some text on there, I'm not really a fan of that, although ironically I'm wearing that finished jersey here. I think it, for whatever reason, it translates. Maybe it's the fact that I'm Canadian, I'm a little bit biased. That's very possible, but I really like this jersey quite a bit. Number 2, there you go. There's a transition to the kind of the white version of this, and yeah, fantastic. It's kind of a ridiculous design because it is not symmetrical at all. It's just a weird jersey, but it's so iconic for our Canada. And number 1, it's the red version. This is, I have to think, a lot of people's probably top 5, maybe not their favorite in the history of Team Canada, but probably top 5. It was just such an iconic year, and a pretty important jersey as well. I wish that I had this in my collection. I do not. If they went back and had to pick a jersey from their history to redo in the next Olympics, man, I would hope that they would use this one. But yeah, that's my thoughts. That's my ranking. Let me know down below in the comment section how you feel about my ranking, and I guess more importantly, what was your favorite Team Canada jersey from their history, and maybe more importantly, on top of that, what country should I do next? I think the obvious choice is the United States of America, but there's also Russia and Finland and Sweden and Germany, and there's lots of countries out there that have participated in the Olympics over the years. So I'm very curious to hear your thoughts down below in the comment section. Hope you're having a great day, and if you want to see more videos like this and you're new, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. We'll talk to you soon. Adios.